Orcs that disappeared for hundreds of years reappear. Their first target is the weak humans. In the morning, a farmer came to Bronwyn's house. His cow had become unusually weak due to some disease. Dill the elf found out and went up to the cow to check. But when he squeezed the milk out of the cow's belly, only then did he realize that the originally white milk had turned into a foul-smelling liquid. The cows had gone to a nearby village to graze in the morning. So Bronwyn and the two immediately ran over to check the situation. But when I got here, I found that the entire village had been destroyed by fire. It was like an earthquake. Strangely, there were no human bodies in the collapsed houses. They went to the deepest part of the village. Here an island was discovered that led to another place. Dill thought it might be pretending to be so-called, so he sent Bronwyn back to inform his fellow humans. And I jumped into the tunnel to explore. Just went deep. Dill found a few scratches on the wall, and there's a huge nail left over from the scratch. This also made him more certain of his guess, and Dill carried the lamp on. Soon he saw a dark shadow through the dim light. After seeing the specific figure of the black shadow, without hesitation, Dill turned and ran in the opposite direction, looking at the mouse that escaped with him. It's enough to show how terrifying the monster behind you is. Just pass through the narrow hole. Dill fell into a pool of lake water. Before he could think, he hurried to the light, and as soon as he got out of the water, he scrambled up to the shore. Looking at the pool of water, Dill held the dagger in his hand and stared vigilantly ahead. But at this moment, countless big hands stretched out from behind him. At this time, Bronwyn on the other side finally returned to the village. But after he came to the tavern and told the crowd that he had appeared as an orc, and instead of thanks you get ridicule. They don't think monsters that have disappeared for hundreds of years will reappear, but Bronwyn had to go back home first to find his son. But when he opened the door, he froze in place. The room was a mess. Not only is there no figure, there was a huge hole in the floor. Just then there was a sudden noise from the cabinet next to it. It turns out that Theo hid inside after encountering the monster. He told his mother to hurry up and find someone else to help. But Bronwyn was afraid that his son would be in danger if left alone, so he hid in the cupboard next to him. Me reached out a big hand from the tunnel in a moment. Then a masked monster appeared in front of them. Bronwyn, hiding in the closet, was too afraid to make a sound. Through the crevices, we watched the monster's every move. But the nervous mood still accidentally knocked off the bottle next to it. The monster that heard the voice instantly found his figure, although Theo took the opportunity to stab the monster with a dagger. But he himself was also sent flying by a slap. Bronwyn told Theo to run away, but the monster lifted the table and blocked the wooden door. And Bron had to fight it. After killing the monster, he brought the head directly to the tavern. This time everyone finally believed what he said. Next morning, all the villagers packed their bags and started their migration. Theo was also packing, pulled out a short sword. Although I don't know the origin of this sword, but he really liked the three-pronged pattern on it. But just as Theo was stunned, the blood in his hands flowed uncontrollably to the dagger. You ready? Yes, mother, I'm ready.